Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Nurse Lally's here and I'm back with another video. If you are new to this channel, thank you so much for clicking on this video, and I hope you are going to like it here and that you are going to subscribe to my channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. Today I am doing a video on how you can induce your labor using natural methods. So that's what I'm going to talk about. So if you are pregnant or you're planning to fall pregnant, or you are wondering if labor just comes naturally, it always comes naturally, does it always come on time, then this is the video for you. I suggest you stick around, grab a pillow. I'm gonna try and ensure that this video is not too long, but yeah, just get yourself comfortable, and before you even start to watch this video, please do give it a thumbs up, because I know that the information that I'll be giving is good, and it really might help some of you out there. But yeah, please, if you really enjoy this video, do give it a thumbs up, and please do leave a comment and tell me if you have tried any of these methods that I'm going to be talking about in this video. So without any further ado, let's not waste time, let's get right into this video. So I'm going to talk about like two things in this video. I'm going to talk about how does the body prepare for labor, and I'm also going to talk about what triggers labor, before I talk about what you can actually do to try and induce your labor naturally. Because the ways that the body prepares for labor and what happens during labor influences the things that you can do to try and induce your labor naturally. Now, before we get anywhere with this video, let me give this disclaimer, guys. The things that I'm going to mention in this video, please do not try any of them without consulting with your healthcare professional that is taking care of you throughout your pregnancy, be it your gynae or be it your midwife. So please do speak to them about these methods before you try them out, and also more especially about the timing, okay? And then also, just to add on, these things that I'm going to talk about, it's things that it's not advisable to try any of them, especially if you are not term, right? And for the purposes of this video, we are going to say you can try these methods out when you are term, that being 39 weeks for the purposes of this video, so that we can be absolutely sure that your baby is term and it is the right time to do anything that has to do with inducing the labor. So okay, I think I've said enough. Yeah. But also another thing, guys, please do your own research as well. Don't just take my word for everything. Of course, I really do a lot of research before I come out with any information with you guys, but I don't want anyone who can like ever misquote me, so that's why I really want you guys to be completely sure before you try out any of these methods. Do your own research and talk to your healthcare professionals as well. So let's get on to the video. So how does the body actually prepare itself for labor? So one of the things that happen like very early on, and especially as you are approaching your baby being term or your pregnancy being term, baby's head starts to descend down your pelvis. Okay, I'll probably like insert a picture right up here so that you guys can see how this process looks like, or how is the baby going to be lying. So usually the baby needs to get in position. So baby number one needs to be in the right position for you to give birth vaginally, and that would be in a cephalic position, which means that baby's head is facing down. And towards the last few weeks of your pregnancy, baby's head is going to start descending down into your pelvis, which we also call engagement. Baby's gonna like descend and engage more and more as you get to like the last weeks of your pregnancy. So that's like some of the way, one of the ways that the body prepares itself. Baby's head gets into position, baby actually gets into the right position facing down, and then baby's head descends down until it goes fully into your pelvis. Okay, especially if this is your first pregnancy, right? So the more baby's head descends down into your pelvis, and it once it engages, the more pressure that it applies on your cervix, and the more pressure is applied on your cervix, this stimulates your body to release substances that are needed to soften your cervix, like prostaglandins. And the more prostaglandins are released in your body, that softens your cervix. So let me insert another picture, and this picture will show you a cervix that is very thick and very long and super closed. But the more the prostaglandins are released and the more your cervix softens up even more, then the cervix will actually now start to thin, and then it becomes less hard, and it becomes shortened or effaced. Okay, then once it becomes effaced and shortened, then only your cervix can start to dilate, and once it starts to dilate, it now can release the mucus plug or show, which is that mucousy discharge that's mixed with blood. I will insert a picture of that too, so that you can see exactly how it looks like. And then another thing that might also stimulate the cervix to shorten and to become soft is Braxton Hicks contractions. So Braxton Hicks are false labor contractions. These are not like your real labor contractions, but you might feel your uterus becoming hard. These might not be painful, but towards later on, towards the end of your pregnancy, they might start to become a bit more uncomfortable, the Braxton Hicks contractions. But at the beginning, you might just feel your uterus hardening, and then you don't feel any pain. But as you progress through your pregnancy, they might start to actually feel a bit uncomfortable. But these are going to be very irregular. They're all over the place. They don't have a set pattern, which makes them not to be real labor contractions. So the more you have these contractions, they're also going to push the baby down, and the baby can apply more pressure on your cervix, which will also then make your cervix to soften up and efface and all of that, right, before you get into labor. That's like some of the things that happens to your body in preparation for your baby to come out. Now, there are 2 hormones or 3 hormones in play during all of this. One of the hormones is relaxin. Relaxin will ensure that your body can open up and your pelvis can open up for your baby's head to go down. It relaxes your joints in your pelvis. That opens up more space for baby's head to descend and go down into your pelvis. And then the other hormone that's responsible during all of this is oxytocin. Oxytocin, it stimulates contractions of your uterus. And then the other one is prostaglandins, and these are the ones that soften up your cervix. So those are the important substances that come into play when you are preparing for labor, or when your body is preparing for labor. So now let's answer the second question, or the second thing that I said we'd talk about, which is what actually triggers labor. So it's not like well known what actually triggers labor, but one of the things that is believed to trigger the process of labor actually starting is that when your baby is mature and your pregnancy is term, there's something called surfactant in the lungs of the baby that gets released, and that might trigger labor, or like a substance in the amniotic fluid that goes to the cells of your uterus and starts to stimulate them to contract. So it's not really well understood what actually starts labor. However, at least we do know the hormones that are that come into play when labor starts. So those are the things that we want to focus on as well, and even in the way that the body prepares itself for labor, those are the things that we want to focus on when we want to talk about ways to induce labor naturally. So when it comes to inducing labor, there's like a lot of things and that are spoken about. Some it's not known whether they are old wives' tales. But these are things that have been used for like many years to try and induce labor, and research has been done on some of these things, and they haven't really found whether these things are 100% effective in inducing labor. And when they've done research on these things, they haven't also really found whether they have side effects. So I'm not going to talk about those kind of things and remedies, obviously, because they're not really backed up by research. I just want to focus on the natural ways to induce labor. These are things that they happen to us on a daily basis. They are in your body. You don't need to go and buy them at the pharmacy or anything like that. And, you know, they are quite safe to induce your labor. So those are the things that I'm going to talk about. One of the things that you can do to induce your labor is exercise, pregnancy exercises. So, and the exercises that you want to focus on are exercises that are going to help your baby to descend down into your pelvis. That relates to how the body prepares itself by descending your baby's head, right? So you need to focus on those kind of exercises, and these are exercises that are going to open up your pelvis to allow your baby's head to go inside the pelvis. So these are things like doing lunges, squatting, bouncing on a birthing ball, walking, guys, walking, any upright positions that make use of gravity to pull your baby down and opening your pelvis. So walking, taking walks. What else have I not mentioned? Oh, and then you can also do curb walking or going upstairs, and when you're on the stairs, do lunges on the stairs. So basically, any exercise, guys, that you are comfortable to do, it doesn't strain your body, because we also don't want you to be doing strenuous activity that increases your heart rate. No, that will be counteractive to what we actually want to achieve. So you want to do exercises that you are actually quite comfortable doing, they don't strain you. So things like the lunges, the squats, the open your pelvic inlet, bouncing on a ball. So I always like to tell my moms, get yourself a birthing ball while you are pregnant, and sometimes even when you are watching TV, just bounce on the ball instead of sitting on the couch. Sit on the birthing ball as you are watching TV. Some moms actually find that because they have so many aches and pains, in pregnancy, that they find sitting on the ball is so much more comfortable than sitting on a chair or couch, or that kind of thing. So exercise is very important. It really helps. So it helps now if you're an active person before pregnancy, for you to be active during pregnancy as well, and especially when you are approaching term, maybe when you're around like 38 weeks, you can start really like doing these exercises quite a lot, because at that time you know that you are full term. You also don't want to do these exercises when you are preterm, because then you don't want these kind of things to stimulate labor before the time. But then when you can see that you are approaching 40 weeks, then you can really try and incorporate these exercises into your daily routine. So that's the first thing. And then secondly, the things that I'm going to mention are things that you need to do, or that need to be done on your body, that will help your body to release the hormones oxytocin, right? Because oxytocin is the hormone that is responsible for uterine contractions when you are in labor. Okay, so, and that's what we need. We need your uterus to contract even more and more regularly, so that your labor can start and your baby can come out. So anything that releases oxytocin, we want you to do that when you are at term. And one of these things is breast or nipple stimulation. So breast or nipple stimulation, it releases oxytocin in your body, and that's great because that starts the uterine contractions. So during the day, just stimulate your nipples, and you can do this like a few minutes in your day, multiple times a day, and then just stimulate those nipples, and then that can help to release the oxytocin. Okay. And then the other thing that you can do is the exact same thing that put your baby in your tummy in the first place, which is sexual intercourse. So there are two things that help with or that can help with labor when it comes to sexual intercourse. The first one is that if semen is released, semen has prostaglandins, and these are the same prostaglandins that can soften up your cervix. Once your cervix is soft, it effaces, it thins out, and then it can dilate. And then also, if you orgasm as well as the women, that allows oxytocin to be released in your body, which starts labor. So labor, guys, needs a soft cervix to start as well. So I mean, even if oxytocin can be released in your body, but if we need that oxytocin to give you uterine contractions, and we need a bit of a soft cervix for the cervix to start to dilate. So that's very important, something that you can do to ensure that or to try and attempt to induce your labor, especially when you reach that time where you're just like so really tired. Then you can try those things. So all of these things that I've mentioned in this video are natural things, guys. You don't need any pills, you don't need any tea, you don't need anything. Literally just keep active and then use your body to let it do what it does best, right? And let's get that oxytocin released, let's get those prostaglandins so that we can prepare that cervix and we can get this uterus used to contracting. So let's do all of those things, and hopefully they can really induce your labor. And then other things that are used to induce labor, which these ones I will need you to ensure that you really consult with your healthcare professional about them. It's things like drinking raspberry leaf tea, eating dates, or using evening primrose oil. So evening primrose oil, it helps to soften the cervix, and eating dates, raspberry leaf tea, all of them. But very important, you guys, do a lot of research on these things, and also and also ask your healthcare provider. But those are some of the things that people are using to try and induce their labor, but they've not been like researched fully. They've not been researched fully, and even the research that has been done on them is not really conclusive. But however, these might have helped other people before to be able to induce their labor. So yeah, do a lot of research on this, and speak to your healthcare provider, and hopefully you can find the ways that you can use to try and induce your labor. So yeah, guys, in a nutshell, those are the things that you can try out. A lot of them you can see that it's just almost like part of the whole design that God created our bodies in, because when you think about it, guys, I mean, the same activity that put your baby inside is the same one that can get your baby outside, you know, mostly, and then coupled with physical activity. So it's so beautiful how, you know, the body can actually work with itself to do everything, you know, to even get you into labor. So that's like really amazing. So yeah, guys, I think that's all I have for you today, and I really hope you learned something from this video, and I really hope you guys are going to share your experiences down in the comment section and tell me, did you try any of the methods that I spoke about, and did it work for you, or did it work for someone else that you know? Please, let's engage in the comment section, you guys, and I really hope you enjoyed this video and learned a lot. And if you did, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, to subscribe to my channel, and click on the notification bell so that you don't miss out whenever I post a video. But yeah, guys, I really hope that I will see you again on my next video. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I'm going to see you at my next video. Bye.